This is Jeff. Jeff thinks that the earth is flat, Obama is a Muslim, and that vaccinations cause autism. Jeff looks at the candidates in an election and picks the one that also thinks that vaccinations cause autism. He doesn't care about other things. This is the only candidate not controlled by the evil scientists. Jeff is dumb. Put simply, democracy is the idea that when you take Jeff and Janet from accounting and that hobo that plays the drums down near your street and everyone you know and everyone that you don't know, and you bash their heads together, you will find the best possible person to rule the country. But underpinning this is a number of things. Firstly, it's the assumption that the majority will make the best, most practical, most moral decision in governing the country. Secondly, it's that the majority of people are rational. And we have to ask, is this true? I think most people would agree that Jeff is definitely not rational. In fact, he's an extreme version of irrationality. But how far can this irrationality go? Could there be like a massive group of people who think that, I don't know, building a wall to keep immigrants out is a good idea? Oh, wait. One study compared the answers of economists and the public on why oil prices rose. While a huge 89% of economists said that it rose just due to natural supply and demand, 74%, 3 in 4 people in the public believed it was because the oil companies wanted to increase prices. In America, for example, millions of highly skilled women leave the workforce every year to take care of children, despite the fact that there are thousands upon thousands of Latino mothers who are trying to get into the United States who could actually offer childcare services. Yet one of the reasons that these immigrants are barred from entering the United States is because, well, those damn immigrants will be taking our jobs, they will. It's not hard to see that economic illiteracy is pretty damn common. The rise of the visual media has encouraged a form of personality politics, and a lot of people have attributed John Key's success to his smile and charm. But more than that, people are expected to cast one sweeping vote on a huge number of issues. The TPPA, the environment, foreign investment, military intervention, education, and a number of other things. Maybe we aren't like Jeff, but do you really think that enough people out there have acute enough an understanding to make the best, most moral or practical decision on these matters? And so the first issue of democracy is that it's possible that the only merit in an election is in its lowest common denominator. That the qualification of leadership is not actually on merit, but on public appeal. Fundamentally, democracy mistakes the equality of opinion with the equal validity of opinion. With enough Jeffs out there, we would be stopping vaccinations. Because I was on this site called completely not biased anti-vaxers.org, and it said that it had a link to autism. So is our judgment any good? Well, I must refer to Terry Pratchett. What kind of man would put a known criminal in charge of a major branch of government, apart from, say, the average voter? The second issue of democracy was highlighted by Socrates, who likened it to a ship that is completely unable to reach its destination because it is constantly changing direction at the whim of its crew rather than its captain. Given that regular elections allow for change so easily, leadership itself is undermined. In fact, the meritocracy of government is undermined by the need to appeal to changing moralities. The last issue is that of morality. Are voters even moral? John Stuart Mill highlighted the tyranny of the majority, where the rights and privileges of minorities are completely subject to the whim of the majority. Who, if history is any example of, it's that we're not very good at protecting the rights and privileges of minorities. After all, if individuals are naturally selfish, then the majority will be naturally interested in its own welfare, all too often at the minority's expense. Now I must refer to Winston Churchill. Democracy is the absolute worst form of government, except for all the others. So what is a good form of government? Well, that is a question for another time. Hey people, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like them, please give me a thumbs up. But more importantly, my next novel, A Little Village East of Here, is currently online on Wattpad to read, and it would mean the absolute world to me if you checked it out. There's a link down in the description below. See you next time.